But I want you to know that you are not wrong and you are not broken. The industry is broken. The industry is 100% broken. And if you, my friend, have been caught in the crossfires of the two different ideologies of dog training and it has made you feel less than, want to welcome you to I want to welcome you to the Beyond Obedience family. Personally welcome you. Because we don't do that here. We do not do that here. In fact, I'm going to put my flag in the ground right now and say that we are officially stepping off the crazy roller coaster train of all things dog training, and we're inviting you to join us. Oh, I went there. Today's podcast episode, what if you didn't have to train your dog? Ooh, I'm doing it. Let's do it. Let's get into it. Ready to have a calm and peaceful life with your dog without the stress of those fear-based behaviors? Hi, I'm Tracy, and I've been there, overwhelmed by all the conflicting dog training advice and unsure of what to do next. But now I help dog lovers like you simplify your life with your dog by building confidence naturally, fostering trust, and addressing those fear-based challenges. So, if you're ready, stop chopping those chicken wieners and let's get to it. Well, hello, my dog-loving friend. It's Tracy. Welcome to Beyond Obedience, the podcast. I am really glad you're here. And hey, if you are new to the Beyond Obedience podcast, hello and welcome. Warm virtual hug for you. Just hugging you through the earbuds. Oh, that seems weird. That already got weird. You're like, nope, not for me. Next. All right. I wanted to talk about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart and something that both Paisley and I have really been talking about, thinking about. We've been really diving into our communities over on Facebook and in emails, really diving in and jumping in there and listening. And I, first of all, just wanted to say how amazing you are. I mean, despite it all, despite everything that's going on in the world and everything that's going on in particular in the dog training industry as well, you are showing up with love and kindness, and I appreciate you so much. I don't think you have any idea how much I appreciate you. Paige and I have been talking a lot about it, and I know for many of you, as we've been listening to your stories and as you've been reaching out, sharing that, that you're feeling, sometimes I think you feel like you're swimming upstream a little bit in the dog training world. Like you've been trying to follow all the rules, but the rules don't quite fit, or your dog isn't getting it, or you feel like you're not getting it. And I get it. I get it. It hits me in the heart. And it literally, when I read the stories, it takes me all the way back to when I was deep into this as well, when I was struggling and trying to figure out how do I prevent my fear reactive dog from biting and all of that stuff. It takes me back. And so I wanted to take this opportunity today actually to talk a little bit about the dog training industry. I wanted to say a few words about that because I think the thing that breaks my heart more than anything when I'm in the groups and I'm listening to, people talking about it is that we dog trainers have failed you. We have failed you in so many ways, and it hurts my heart because the message that you seem to be picking up is that you are failing, that you're doing it all wrong. And I want to set the record straight today. I want to set the record straight and talk a little bit more about the things that you're not privy to as someone who maybe isn't in the industry, as a professional in the industry. But I want you to know that you are not wrong and you are not broken. The industry is broken. The industry is 100% broken. And if you, my friend, have been caught in the crossfires of the two different ideologies of dog training, and it has made you feel less than, I want to welcome you to I want to welcome you to the Beyond Obedience family. Personally welcome you, because we don't do that here. We do not do that here. In fact, I'm going to put my flag in the ground right now and say that we are officially stepping off the crazy roller coaster train of all things dog training, and we're inviting you to join us. We're inviting you to join us. Come over here. The water's warm. It is way better over here because I used to try to fight within the system and be a voice that is like, we need to stop fighting. If you ever heard this about me before, I'm a middle child, so I've always had that, why can't we all get along? And I've tried. I've done some things in my life. I tried, a dog trainers united summit, which I ran for 2 years, which was trying to unite dog trainers. I did dog trainer mastermind. I've tried to do the things where I'm like, we all have stuff to share, and we're supposed to be on the same side, but we are clearly not on the same side. So I have decided to choose the dog side and your side. I'm on your side. I'm going to be on your side. You with your dog. That's where I'm going to stand. I'm going to stand with you. I'm going to stand with you. We'll be together. We're locking arms. You and I, we're locking arms because I'm kind of done with it. If I'm being real, I'm kind of done with it all. And so as a result of that, Paisley and I kind of sat down together. We got into our cozy socks and our snuggly cardigans and our notepads and our fancy pens. And we were like, what do we want to give to our community? What is it that we want to shape? What does it mean to be over with Beyond Obedience? What does Beyond Obedience even mean? I mean, when I first started the company many, many moons ago, and I came up with the name Beyond Obedience, it literally meant just that. I truly in my heart of heart believed that your relationship with your dog goes far beyond obedience, that obedience is just a microscopic, tiny little part of what makes up that bond and connection that you have with your dog. And I feel like you, if you felt like you're going upstream with dog training, I felt like I was going upstream, trying to stand out and to be like, this is a thing, like we can go beyond. But I was like this little tiny voice in a sea of like a chorus of yelling and screaming and name calling and all of the things. And I think just recently, because of you speaking up in the community, because of you sharing your stories in either my student groups or the communities or sending me your messages on email, I finally feel like there's more of us. Like we're starting to hear each other, and we're starting to be there for each other. And so while Paisley and I sat there in our cozy sweaters and our fuzzy socks, does anyone else love a fuzzy sock? Like Paisley and I are obsessed with fuzzy socks. I'm wearing fuzzy socks right now. Shout out to anybody who loves the fuzzy socks. But as we were making the notes, we decided to sort of come up with what we call our 5 partnership pillars. We have, decided to sort of step away all of the common dog training sort of things, and we're not calling it obedience pillars, or this is partnership. I think when I think about my relationship with my dog and how I want to show up as a partner. And so how do we do that? And so Paisley and I came up with 5 partnership pillars. And these pillars are kind of like an anchor. It's kind of like the anchor, the gut check. When things start to feel messy or overwhelming, we can kind of go back to the pillars and just be like, let's just reset everything and think about them. So I wanted to share them with you. It's one of the things that, Paisley made it pretty, because that's what Paisley does. She made it pretty, and I posted on the board that is in front of my computer, something visual to remind me of the things that are important to me, and I wanted to share them with you. So the very first of the 5 pillars is authenticity always. Authenticity always. And we personally, as a company, as the partnership that Paisley and I have to you, we do strive to be authentic always for you. I hope that I hope that you get that by me sharing all of the ups and the downs and everything that goes wrong in my life. I share it all. I don't share the highlight reels. This isn't the social media filter that you're getting here. This is it. Like, you're getting it all. So authenticity is a value that really drives a lot of what we do here at Beyond Obedience. But we also have it for our dogs. And so under authenticity always, we put down that we show up as real human beings with real dogs. And real meaning that, we're going to make mistakes, and our dogs are going to make mistakes, and it's sometimes messy, and we are going to, how interesting that, and we are going to forgive. We are going to run our lives with the idea, that amazing quote by Maya Angelou that says, when we know better, we do better. And we're okay with that. We let go of that. This isn't highlight reels. It's just honesty, heart, and a willingness to grow. Right? How interesting. Okay? Because let's be honest right now. Right now, life is pretty crazy. Right? Life is pretty crazy. And if I'm being honest, it is very hard for me to show up the way that I would love to show up for my dogs, with that calm confidence that I normally have. But I'm not going to lie, I've been sucked in to the absolute craziness that is our reality right now. And as much as I try not to, I am. So I have to be honest with that. I have to be honest that there are going to be times when I'm not it. you know when you're just like, this ain't it for me. And it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to give myself forgiveness for that. And dogs are always very forgiving. All right, second pillar of partnership. We are rooted in calm. Rooted in calm, which means that calm isn't a goal for us. It's the ground we stand on. It's how we hold space, not just the leash. I love that. I love that. So, with the idea that we can't really fake calm, especially with dogs, we can't really fake calm. They're reading so much more than just your body language. They're reading your energy and your intent and all of that stuff. So, we're trying really hard to be real about the calm. And as I mentioned, we're going to go back to authenticity first, because, or authenticity always, we're going to go back to that because, as I said, the world is crazy and we have to live in it. So if we lose our calm, we're going to forgive, and then we're going to get back to that grounded calm that we need. Okay? It's not something to achieve. It's something that you become. So that's why we said rooted in calm. We want to think about calm as that grounding force. And when I have those moments, I actually will stop and I'll like stand, usually outside. I'll like kind of stand and I'll think about like grounding myself into the earth and just letting it all go, and letting myself hear the wind and smell the smells and get back to nature with our dogs. So rooted in calm is our second pillar. All right, third pillar. You probably already know this about me, but I thought I would put it out there, that I will always and forever stand on my pedestal and say that I have always prioritized leadership over obedience. I believe it is a greater influence than obedience. And because of that, I'm not trying to command respect. I'm not going to obedience a dog into respect. I am going to work hard to earn their trust. And leadership means just showing up in a calm and clear way. And I strive to be someone worth following. Not someone I'm forcing you to follow, but to be someone worth following. So I'm sure you've heard me say that line. It was our tagline for many years, be somebody worth following. I still stand by it, right? I still stand by it. Okay, so what does that look like? It looks like less correcting. Honestly, less correcting, less control, more clarity, more calm, right? That's what that looks like. We're going to contrast obedience-based frameworks that chase at compliance. I'm not looking for my dog to be a compliant little robot that does all the things that I ask it to do. Okay? Pillar number 4, and this is also very, very important, and it was a big shift for me early on in my days, but this idea that we have dog first decisions. Okay, we start we start with what our dog needs, not what we want them to do, and their well-being leads our choices. Now, I'm sure you've probably picked up on this vibe if you've been listening to the podcast for a while. Perhaps you've come across a couple of my podcasts where I talk about this idea of why sit, like putting dogs in obedience commands for arbitrary reasons other than we told them so. And it really, that concept really hit me quite deeply, especially when I started to learn about the fact that, I mean, it makes sense now when I go through it, but it took me a while to figure it out. But this idea that by us putting dogs in positions, especially in the presence of other dogs or people or whatnot, we are asking them to maybe lessen themselves, to change the dialogue they're having, like with other dogs. And for what? In a lot of cases, it's just feeding our own ego. The ego to say, look at how well trained my dog is. Now, don't get me wrong, there are times when those positions matter and when we need them. But more often than not, they're not needed. So I want to make sure that I'm thinking about my dog and their well-being first, and that's going to lead my choices and my decisions moving forward. And then finally, number 5, I have curiosity above correction. Curiosity above correction. And I know for some of my students, either my one-on-one coaching students or my Fearful Dog students, you'll quite often hear me say this. I'll say things like, you're going to hate me for saying this, but I'm going to get you to forget about that particular problem right now, and we're going to focus on something completely different. And while that seems frustrating at the time, this pillar is why. Because I truly do believe that behavior isn't a problem to fix. It's a story to understand. Behavior is feedback. Behavior is giving us clues into what's going on in the dog's mind. And when our sole focus is to correct the dogs, we won't hear the story. We won't hear the story. And if we don't know the story, we're not really going to get to know our dogs. Okay? So I wanted to share those with you because originally Pacey and I just kind of, we sat down, we thought of them, and we got really excited about them. We were really happy with them. We were like, we're going to print them out and put them on the vision board, because this is sort of describes who we are as a company and as people who really want to affect, incredible change for not only dogs, but for the people that love them. But I thought, why am I just keeping this between Paisley and why are we just printing out a pretty little thing with their pillars? Why not share them on a podcast? So, and if you want, I mean, I can see if Paisley doesn't mind sharing her design on our pillars, and maybe it's a printout that you want. Maybe it's something you want to put in your journal or on your wall. I don't know. Maybe. Is that something that you would like? Let me know. We don't mind sharing. Pacey and I do this all the time. We'll print out little things that we put up to remind us of sort of the messaging that we want and all of that stuff. We'll share it with you. We don't mind sharing. We'll share things. Okay. So I don't know. Let me know. How did you feel about this? How you feeling about this? Did it resonate with you? Let me know how you feel. Maybe let me know if any of these pillars you're already living. Which one feels like an invitation for where you are right now? I don't know. Share if you can. Either email me, respond. Maybe we'll put it in the living. That's a great idea. Why didn't I think? Let me write that down. This happens to me all the time. I'm like, I should just put this in the group. Let's put this in the group. I'll put it in the group and we'll have a post and maybe we can all sort of reflect on it and kind of give ourselves start a conversation about it, because I really do want you to know. I really want, if you hear nothing else, if you hear nothing else today, if you are someone who has been overwhelmed inside the industry, if you've ever been made to feel less than, if dog training and trainers have ever made you feel like you're doing it wrong and all the wrong things and it's just not feeling right, I want you to know, one, you're not alone. Oh my gosh, you're not alone. And two, that's why we're here. I think more than anything, I honestly want a safe space for dog lovers like you and I to just be able to, one, hang out with other dog lovers, which is lovely, and two, be able to be vulnerable, to share our wins, but also to share those moments where we're like, how interesting, that didn't work, without the fear of judgment and being told that we are wrong. Because if there's one thing I know about you, is that you love your dog. You love your dog more than anything. And they are, a part of you, and they're part of your heart. And you're working hard to make sure that, you are everything to this dog. And I just want you to know that I see you and I think you're amazing. So there you go. And listen, if you ever want to just chat about things, you're looking for someone to chat with and you want to book a call with me to kind of go over some stuff, and I'm always here for you, and you're always welcome to book that call with me. You can do that by going to beyondobedience.ca/session to book a coaching call with me. Post in the Living Beyond Obedience group. Ask your questions there. We constantly have our, we're picking up questions for the Q&As and all of that good stuff. So do all of that over there. You know what? Honestly, just keep being you. Just keep being you, because I think that you are amazing. Oh, I forgot to. I think you're amazing. I do think you're amazing, but I forgot to say, hey, get out there today and be the person that your dog thinks you are, because your dog thinks you're amazing. And so do I. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now. Oh, and one more thing. This podcast is meant for entertainment and education purposes only, and it's not meant to replace hands-on professional training. If you're really struggling with your dog, please reach out to a professional in your area. All right, I think that's it. Bye for now.